Yes. Welcome. Welcome, Cass.
Welcome, Sean.
We're here.
We're back at it again.
We're back at it.
Sorry we're late.
Sorry we're late. We already recorded another episode. That is the part 2/part 1 of this.
Yes.
Patreon.com/churchofchill.
Yeah, partway through we were just like, this is a Patreon episode.
Sometimes you hear yourself say stuff or you go into territory where you're like, I'm going to have to make edits to this, or this will be for the trusted homies.
You mean the part where you say, Cass, you got anything to say? And I'm like, well.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. I don't care. I like, that's the whole thing.
You don't mind putting me on the spot?
I'm not averse to like awkward moments and like moments of silence or whatever. That's just like, we do an unedited podcast and we're just having a flowing conversation. I'm not against that stuff. It's when we start to get into territory and like, I don't know, I can't tell from looking at your eyes, like if you're comfortable with it. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. I don't know if I'm projecting uncomfortability about it, but I'm like, we're just in like a little bit too saucy of territory. This is just for the trusted homies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also then you start talking about like some deep nerd shit where you're just.
Yes. Well, then once I realized we're past the point of no return, then I'm like, I'll gladly talk about my love of Steven Van Zandt of the East Street Band for 20 minutes. So the last episode, the companion episode to this.
The pre-glow.
Yeah, the pre-glow. The pre-cum. Usually there's afterglows. This one's the pre-cum.
This is Koala Gold.
This right here, this is that Koala Gold, baby. But that's on patreon.com/churchofchill. And we talk about our use of the drug GHB. We talk about a big psychedelic party we had. We talk about sex, orgies, and music. So
or lack thereof.
Yes, yeah. So go check that out. But yeah, what did you just say before that?
I'm not sure.
You just said something funny.
Koala Gold.
Oh, Koala Gold.
You like that?
Where do you even know that? You're crazy. I can't believe you remember that.
Well, your dad used to smoke Koala Gold.
Oh, okay. You don't remember it.
No, I remember it. What we decided is Koala Gold.
Oh, what?
What?
What is Koala Gold to you?
I thought it was a strain of weed.
No.
What is it?
It's like the industrial grease that we used at the deli. It came in this gigantic tin can. And it was called Koala Gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you sometimes talk about Koala Gold.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I thought it was such a funny brand name.
Okay, so you talk about it, but then I joked about it because, you know, after you...
Koala Gold. It sounds like a James Bond thing.
Well, after you release a load, sometimes when you go to the bathroom after, you pee, and then there's like...
Some Koala Gold in there.
That's what I call Koala Gold. Because I'll go to the bathroom after you've gone to the bathroom, and there's like some remnants of, you know, what could be a baby-making supply. And I'm like, that's Koala Gold.
Yeah.
That's what I started deeming Koala Gold. But why isn't there some sort of gold or koala thing that's a weed strain that your dad used to get?
Oh, Acapulco Gold.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah. He loves talking about that. And he loves talking about opiated hash. You ever come across any opiated hash? Let me know. I'm like, you want to smoke opium? I mean, I would love to too, but like, what the fuck are we talking about?
That needs a good name.
Yeah.
So wait, Koala Gold was like an industrial grease that you...
Yeah. It was just like, literally, we would leave it, like we had this big griddle, I don't know. You know what that is? Like a big ass, like just a grill, a hot surface, and there would be a big, huge can of Koala Gold in the corner, and you would just take like gigantic spoonfuls and throw it on there and spread it out and make bacon, egg, and cheeses. And
did you have a grease? Did you like make French fries and stuff? Do you have a grease bin?
What are they? A deep fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And do you ever change that oil?
No. Not only did we not change the oil, we used to get like fucked up and be like, you know, one time where you're accidentally like moving the to-go containers and like one of those plastic lid like those like those round black plastic containers you'd put like whatever in,
which are like the most
poisonous
ever.
toxic thing. A lid for one of those falls off and fell into the deep fryer, and it just immediately went from like this size like down to this size, and we were like, holy shit. And then it became like a trick that people would do for each other.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that nobody ever changed that oil.
And then would you still eat fried things out of that oil?
Yeah, absolutely. I would throw one of those lids in there and then fucking throw in an order of fucking Buffalo Busters in there for myself.
And I still think we're going to be able to have kids. I don't even think we could get...
I think if we have a kid, it's just going to be mostly microplastics, which is fine. Like, the kid's not going to know any better. The kid's only going to know a life of having been a microplastic sperm, meeting microplastic egg,
Well, we were on this trip, and we kept going out for Mexican, and we'd eat a lot of like guacamole or I love nachos or whatever it was, because you can do some vegan stuff too with fajitas or whatever.
We always seek out Mexican places.
Yeah, we were traveling around the country, and I was like, fuck, I'm breaking out. And I'm thinking,
it's the Koala Gold.
It's the Koala Gold. I mean, no, it's the deep fryer. It's this mystery oil that gets deep fried.
I don't even know what that's called. They don't have some cute name for that.
It's called fucking canola oil or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It has nothing to do with koalas.
Yeah.
Koala Gold.
But I do think my skin has not been like that bad since it was very clear. It's like I'm processing grease. I'm consuming grease that the only way it can come out of me is like through my skin.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever eat something and like feel your skin reacting in real time?
All the time.
I don't know if that's a psychosomatic thing or if it's real, but I remember when I first discovered the Hershey's cookies and cream chocolate bar. You know what I'm talking about.
It's a white bar.
Like a white chocolate.
Yeah.
When I first discovered
so much sugar. Yeah.
I would eat like 3 of those every night. Because they were like 25 cents down in Florida. My dad would just bring home like 20 of those.
And they're so creamy and crunchy.
I would just eat 3 of those to the head. But I remember you put it in your mouth and I could feel my skin like light up. God knows what that was doing to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't like a big acne person.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I'm very lucky in that way. But I've definitely eaten things where you're like, ooh. Well, I can't tell if this is my body loving this or hating this right now, but it's whoa, very intense.
Yeah, there was a period where I was like really into those seaweed things.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anything like it, mate.
But then I felt like my angels were whispering in my ear. Like I would pick them up at the grocery store and I'd start to feel ill, and I'd be like, wow, I really can't ignore this feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
The ultimate muscle test.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, your body reacting as you pick it up in the store.
I'll still eat them once in a while, but I think I was just on a kick where I was eating a whole case.
Yes. I know. I know. I thought you quit them because you didn't like the packaging.
That's another reason. I felt weird about the packaging.
Yeah. If you're ever addicted to something and you don't know how to stop, just start thinking about the ways it got to you.
Just start thinking about the packaging.
Just think
about how this package is going to live 300 years, is going to exist on this planet 300 years at least longer than you.
You're a small part of its journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up. But your skin's been looking good. I always think your skin looks good.
You gotta turn 36 and not eat anything that tastes good. And
did you used to think that there'd become an age where it's just like, yes, I've outgrown skin issues?
I thought it would happen like 10 years ago.
You thought like I'm gonna turn 25 and that's
in college. I was like, what the hell is happening? Why am I still have skin shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't seem like you have like skin issues. I mean, you're probably a lot more self-critical. Or
I think when you're a woman, you just get your hormones play a big factor too.
Yeah.
And there's hormonal acne is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just think, I thought this was for being a teenager, and you know, and then you're in your mid-20s and you're like, I thought this was for when I was a teenager, and then you're in your 30s and you're like, okay, I'm ready for menopause. Like whatever will stop this, I'm ready for.
Damn.
Yeah.
What does stop it? Accutane?
I don't know.
Ozempic?
Probably. If it stops you from eating the grease balls.
No, doesn't hormonal birth control, isn't that something that like a chick in your position would get thrown on?
You can do it for that, but sometimes it'll make it worse. But my acne was the worst it had ever been when I went off hormonal birth control.
Really?
That was like a portal I had to go through. That was just horrendous.
Was that while we were together?
No.
Oh, okay. Were you ever on hormonal birth control while we were together?
I can't remember. I think when we first got together, I went back on it for a little bit.
Yeah. I remember thinking, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Or you were just thinking, like, that's so sweet. That's like the first sign that we're going to be in a relationship.
Oh, that I'm not going to be like, you have to use these condoms or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Luckily, I've had one, pretty much you as my only partner, because I'm not real heavy on, I'm like the girl who, like, if a guy's like, I can't get hard, I'm like, fine, fuck it, whatever, who cares?
What do you mean? Oh, you don't care. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like them either. What's to like? They suck.
Yeah, it's like women don't fucking like condoms either. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they don't care.
No, it's better without.
Yeah.
But the peace of mind is better with.
Yeah.
Mainly for the STDs or whatever you think.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever weird Koala Gold could come out of there.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Koala cream.
We both dodged some bullets, I'm sure. I've never even had a scare of an STD.
Once you thought I gave you one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that was your biggest scare.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, me?
Yeah.
Crazy?
I said, well, you're my only partner, and it looks like fucking fleas have been nibbling at my dick. And it turns out fleas had been nibbling at my dick. It wasn't a sexually transmitted thing.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot to answer for.
That would have been a crazy... I mean, that could have fucked our shit up.
Yeah, it could have.
But, I mean, the truth was I went to the beach, and there's a thing called sand mites, and they got to me, and I thought I was having some sort of mysterious STD. Scary moment.
But it's scary.
But, you know.
Most STDs can just be, like, fixed, though. You know, I have enough friends who have said they've had the clap, and they're like, they got it fixed out.
Yeah. We have enough friends that have herpes that are like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
They just move on with their life.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
You don't have sex during an outbreak, I guess.
I don't know. This is shit we don't have to worry
about.
Well,
I think people have gotten really too crazy about that stuff.
What do you mean? Oh, like the stigma.
The stigma's insane, yeah.
With herpes in particular?
Yeah,
or
for sure.
STDs?
Yeah.
HPV?
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
I did the vaccine, and you hear so many mixed stuff about it now, but I've had enough partners where I'm like, I'm kind of grateful I did it. Like, it's kind of a big deal to get HPV and deal with that, and that doesn't seem fun, so. But who knows?
The human papillomavirus? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what.
Do I have it, or did I get a vaccine or anything?
I don't think you got the vaccine.
No. Do I have human papillomavirus?
I don't know. I hope not. I don't, so you probably don't.
Great. Jesus.
Knock on wood.
Fucking Christ,
Jesus
mate.
Christ.
Koala Gold, baby. It'd be a good band name, I think.
That's a great band name.
Or a good album.
Yeah.
An album by a band.
I think it'd be a great car name.
Yeah.
How come they're not naming cars after animals? Well, I guess the Mustang.
Yes, they are. They definitely are.
Can you think of any other animal? The sniper? Is there like a snake? Viper? That's a car, right?
I don't know. I think it's a form of there's a car protection system, like an alarm system, I think, called the Viper. I remember the commercial.
How? Yeah.
Yeah. The commercial's like back from the 80s or 90s, and it's like some guy trying to break into a car, and there's like a viper comes alive and starts scaring him away, and he's like, oh, and he goes running off. And like, as a kid, I thought that's what the security system was. I'm sure a lot of people thought that's what the thing did.
Like throw a snake in your car.
Well, this advanced like security system for your car would scare off burglars with like weird apparitions and holographic fucking vipers and shit.
Kids have a crazy imagination, I guess.
Yeah, I was just taking shit literally.
Yeah, you just literally.
I didn't understand what advertising was. They were trying to trick us.
When did you find out that sex was a P and a V? Like, did you not know that?
15, 16.
That's pretty old.
I'm kidding, Cass. Are you kidding?
See, I'm very literal.
I know. I don't know. 11, 10, maybe.
I mean, even
like
when
understanding what it was, but like, you know, you learn about it on the bus and at school.
Even when I was having sex for the first time,
you didn't understand how to do it.
I was just like, I was a pretty advanced kid, you know, being a New York City kid and stuff, but I just didn't.
You couldn't find the clit?
No, I just, like, it didn't fit in there, you know, and I was like, is this what sex is? Like, it was confusing to me.
That's what I thought the first time too. But just the first
You got to break through.
Yeah. The first time
I'm
I ever
like, this
had
is sex. Like, it only goes in like a little bit.
The first time I had sex, we did it 3 times. And the first one was kind of like that. It was like, what is this? What it is?
Was that in the same night?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had times where I like did that, and then I don't consider that losing my virginity because I was like, this can't be sex.
Technically, under the eyes of God, you hadn't lost your virginity yet.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I probably learned about that stuff maybe 10 or 11 years old. I remember learning about orgies.
Orgies?
Yeah.
That you're going to advanced course already.
Yeah, literally. I remember like one of my, like I think we were in 5th grade, and one of my buddies, a couple of my buddies had older brothers that were like 3 years older than us. And we knew all those guys from the neighborhood. Sometimes they would fuck with us or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were like 14. We were like 10, 11. And fucking one of my buddies comes into school and he's like, dude, fucking all of those, like, you know, like 4 of the dudes from our neighborhood had an orgy yesterday in my house. And I was like, we were all like, what? And he told us this crazy story.
What happened?
Just like 4 girls, 14-year-old girls from our bus, and fucking 4 14-year-old boys. I think they were all like in 8th or 9th grade. I think 9th grade. Just fucking went over, and the boys went into the different rooms of the house, and the girls just like all switched and went around. And my homeboy was like an 11-year-old, just like trying to fucking watch Saved by the Bell in the middle of all this. But he told us, like, he was like, it was crazy. And he was telling us, like, you know, all the sounds and weird shit that he heard. And like, we were like, that's how we learned, is like fucking crazy shit like that.
That's really young. That's really young to be doing
to
something.
Be exposed.
I mean,
yeah.
Not even for his sake. The girls and the guys, like.
No, I think about that now. I'm like, yo, that's something I wouldn't even fucking barely do it as an adult.
I wouldn't do it as an adult.
No.
You'd have to find a lot of people you want to have sex with at once.
Imagine being the parent of that kid and you come home to that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Someone blows a whistle and they go swap and then...
Yeah.
No, I wasn't that kind of kid.
No, I wasn't that kind of kid. I mean, the kids older than us were, and then like, you know, we found like, I don't know why this was a thing, I guess, but like we'd always find like bags of porn out in the woods.
Well, so that's where guys would have to go to.
They would stash them out there and go and jack off out in the woods. So we'd come across their stash, and like that's where you see some pretty hardcore shit, but just in magazines.
Where did you see anything like scared you, or that you would just? What do you mean hardcore in today's day?
It was like whatever would be in Hustler. Not today. By today's standards, it was very wholesome.
Very wholesome too.
Yeah. Men and women with bushes having sex with each other.
That's super wholesome.
Yeah. It's probably even like non-penetrative, just like kind of like stagey.
Yeah, and just like the bush, you couldn't see.
Yeah, like Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler.
Yeah.
You know, Hustler would have been the most hardcore of those.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, look, it was all pretty fucking... My sexual evolution was pretty straightforward. I never like jacked off with any of my friends.
They never jacked you off? No one jacked you off?
No.
No mutual masturbation?
No.
You got out scot clean?
Yeah. And I knew of dudes that were doing that. At the time I said, you're gay. I mean, I don't know. Back when that meant something. But yeah, no, I didn't get involved with any of that stuff. Like kind of like what we were talking about in our bonus episode. The pre-com episode to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like my sexuality doesn't really get turned on in front of like a bunch of other people. I'm just like, I don't know.
You're not an exhibitionist or a voyeur.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't know. I'm not the guy that goes into the strip club and gets like way too horny or like
or needs to get like
off.
Needs to get a private back room.
No, I mean I've done that, sure, but yeah, it's just more like kind of just having a good time. But none of that stuff gets like engaged for me. That's intimate time.
Yeah, no, you wish you could protect kids from knowing that sex is a thing for like, it's like harder and harder probably to protect like a child from knowing the realities of like
you want to
depravity
protect them to like maybe they're 12, 13 years old.
16.
Of course. You know, if you really could protect them from like porn and that stuff, 18 would probably be better. Even later.
Even later.
Yeah. But I'm not one for like a bunch of laws. I'm just saying like I don't think people's systems can handle that at the age that people end up discovering it. For me, I was very lucky because like internet porn wasn't a factor in my life. I'm so old it wasn't a factor in my life till I was like 18 or 19 years old, till I was already having sex.
Right.
What like internet porn became a thing.
I saw some fucked up shit when I was a young
girl. Yes, exactly. I definitely did. I know you did, and I know you sought it out. You definitely did.
Well, one day I was just like joking with some friends, and I was like, let's see what a potato dick. Like I just put in like potato dick, and then the most horrifying dick I've ever seen is like burned in my memory.
Still think about it.
Yeah, well, because I'd also like pull it up as a party trick. Like, look at this.
Holy shit, Cass.
Yeah.
Potato dick. Why would you even think of that?
I love potatoes. I don't know. I have no
that's true.
I have no idea. You just like do weird things and you just think like what's the
perfect intersection of food and sex? You know?
And then you see it and you're like, this is horrifying. And it does look like a potato.
Oh God, Cass. Yeah, see, that's fucked up. That's like a thing that you think about for 1 second and you're like, I can't bring kids into this fucked up life.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what the fuck? Like
to have a personal phone where I was Googling some weird shit at a young age.
You were a certified perv at like 6 years old. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
With the technology now?
No.
What the fuck?
You gotta have one of those off-grid children.
Yeah.
They don't even know about any of it.
Or you just like hopefully... you know, hopefully there's some little form of like just natural onset adult aloofness that happens where you just like kind of don't care or notice whatever your fucking
you're
kid's
like
doing.
girls have cooties or whatever.
No, I'm saying like as the parent of kids.
Oh, you just don't.
You just like you're just like whatever. They're gonna explore. They're gonna figure it out.
I did it, and I turned out okay. I'm a little fucked up. But
exactly.
Things, I'm all right.
Yes, exactly. But you try to probably teach them better than our parents taught us.
Yeah.
Which is next to nothing.
You try to say, when a man loves a woman.
Yeah. Well, you would be like my mom. My mom says, I taught Megan and Sean about the birds and the bees through the Meat Loaf song, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. I just played that song for them and said, it's all right here. And she still proudly claims that.
That is...
What a bizarre... what a strange...
I would love to see the lyrics of that song.
They're fucked up.
I bet.
They're fucked up. You should... Here, look them up. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. I don't even know if you need to look it up.
Wait, why did you say Meat Loaf, though?
Meat Loaf... It's a Meat Loaf song. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Oh. The Dashboard Lights sounds like the band.
No. Meat Loaf a Day off the Bat Outta Hell album.
I love that album.
You love this album. You know this song. This is the big hit song off of it. Stop right there. I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me?
Oh, yeah.
Will you never leave me? Will you make me unhappy for the rest of my life?
Okay, here we go.
It's fucked up. I mean, basically it's like this guy trying to have sex with a woman, and she's like, I'm only gonna do it if you like are my guy forever. And he's like, fine, I'll tell you whatever.
Does he say that in the song?
I don't know. Basically.
Well, it says, here's one of the lines that I'm sure was the sex education that you got. And now our bodies are oh so close and tight. and it never felt so good. It never felt so right. And we're glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife.
And we're glowing like a metal on the edge of a knife. Glowing like a metal on the edge of a knife. Come on. Hold tight. I know the song. I know it all too well.
We're going to go all the way tonight.
Yep.
So funny.
And then, she's like, basically, I'll let you have sex with me if you'll be with me till the end of time. And he's like, great, I'll do it. I'll do whatever. He fucks her, and then the rest of the song is, so now I'm praying for the end of time. So I can end my time with you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There it is, praying for the end of time so I can end my time with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your mom was really sending you a warning shot.
I don't know what the hell she thought she was doing, though. I mean, like, look, I was able to figure it out, obviously, from having, like, a good girlfriend and, like, thoughtful.
And friends who, like, also, you just learn from your friends. I was, like, one of the friends who told people more. I was, like, more one of the ones, like, breaking the seal for people.
You were corrupted because you were from the city.
Yeah.
You were from New York City.
Yeah, I knew a little earlier. I was watching, what's that, Jerry Maguire. I was like, what's that Jerry Maguire movie?
You watched Jerry Maguire, and you got on the bus, and you were like...
The first scene, you're just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just naughty business.
Very naughty business.
Yeah.
I just watched that movie very young.
Yeah. Well, my whole friend group of that time got obsessed with the idea of orgies after that. I'd never even known
That's not even an orgy, though. That's
no,
just like
I know, but like basically... That's the way our friend described it. He's like, they had an orgy, and we were like, what's an orgy? And he described what the situation was. And then, that was like, I just remember that word would come up a lot. We thought it was so funny. We just thought it was so funny, that there's people having orgies.
I still think it's funny.
It is.
Whenever I think about it, I'm like, you're funny.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing to do.
Yeah. It's a strange thing. I've never been in an orgy or anything like that, but yeah, the most I've been with is 3, right?
I don't think that's
close to 4.
I don't think that's considered an orgy.
No, I think to me an orgy is
like 6+. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, there has to be multiple dudes there.
Yeah.
It can't be one guy. If there's just one guy and like 2 girls, that's a threesome. 3 girls, that's a foursome. But if it's like 3 girls and another guy, then it's an orgy.
Or if it's 2 girls and 2 guys.
Orgy. Mm.
Yeah, orgy.
Yeah.
Or weirdest thing.
Yeah, yeah. Just never really interested me that much.
Yeah. I did one in college when I was really drunk. And I don't know what I'd consider it. It was 3 dudes, 2 girls. And it was weird.
Yeah.
I kept my pants kind of on, sort of. I don't know if it counts.
I don't think it counts if you kept your pants kind of on. Well, how do you keep your pants kind of on?
I kept my underwear on.
Oh, well.
So I didn't do anything down there.
Fucking wholesome.
That's pretty wholesome.
Yeah, wholesome. It was just a wholesome good time.
I remember crossing the quad and my friends being like, You're gonna get
STDs?
STDs.
You're going to get pregnant.
And I was like, I'm wasted.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Well, two out of the 3 guys were gay, so it felt like wholesome in that way, too.
Yeah, well, non-threatening.
Yeah.
Not like you were going to quickly become like the main object of desire.
Yeah. And one of the girls was a lesbian. And yeah, it was actually pretty wholesome now that I think about it. Probably the most wholesome fivesome.
Would you do it again if you could go back?
And that night.
And you're walking across the courtyard and someone says, "Don't do it."
Yeah, I would do it again.
You would still do it?
Yeah, I wasn't traumatized by it or anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I might have gotten involved with some shit like that if I had gone away to college.
Yeah, like college is for that time to do some weird shit.
I think it's how I ended it. All that stuff ended up spilling over into my adult life.
Yeah, because you're trying to make up for lost time.
Not even trying. It's just like, to me, that like 20s and 30s feels more like that. It's more fun to do that stuff then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like you kind of like missed out on some of your childhood. You know, you didn't drink till you were 21, so you kind of like partied later in life.
Yeah. Well, I basically only really did sex, drugs, and rock and roll once I had money.
That's pretty nice.
Before that, I was honestly just like
trying to get money.
A sober dude trying to get money, working for $5 an hour at a deli.
Yeah.
And getting
God, can you imagine
a degree in
$5 an hour? Now it's only $7 an hour.
Yeah, I would make like $200 or $300 a week working my fucking ass off. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was in cash, so all under the books. And when I was working, food was 50% off.
That's nice. So you could have all the fried Oreos you want.
So much dumb shit. Just eating the worst food. Eating so many Italian combos and so much nitrates and like frozen chicken cutlets. You take a frozen chicken cutlet, throw it in a deep fryer that just had a bunch of plastic purposely put in it.
God, I'm not going to be able to forget about that.
Mayo, lettuce, tomato.
Literally never going to eat anything fried again.
No, I think we haven't. And I think both of our guts and skin thank us for it. Plus, you're on a new form of mushrooms. You should plug those mushrooms. Give a shout out. Oh, you don't want other people knowing?
No, I will. I did a little research, and I think tremella mushroom, because we know about the chaga and the lion's mane and the reishi, and I think
the turkey tail.
And I think
the artist conch, the maitake.
I think the shiitake.
We know all those.
Yeah, we know about those, and we partake. But I think the tremella is one that is going to be the next hot thing. So I know there's some mushroom growers in the community, and I would consider looking into the tremella.
Oh, you think that it's about to have a moment?
Yeah, I think it should have a moment. I think it'll have a moment.
Yeah.
The millennials are getting to that age. Supposedly it helps with collagen production.
It helps you with joints, bone stuff.
Yeah, it's like just great for you.
Yeah. Yeah. We take so many mushrooms every day.
Oh, yeah, maybe too many.
We take like 7 different mushrooms.
Sometimes I worry about the amount of alcohol we take just from all this.
I thought about that this morning as I had a mouthful of alcohol. I mean, when I get up, I drink like 2 of these huge things. What are these? I drink like 2 liters of water when I wake up. But then I start doing our mushroom supplements, and I hold them under my tongue. And I had so much in my mouth today that I was like, I could be drunk off this.
It does.
This is like taking a shot.
It is.
Is it the same alcohol that you would take a shot of?
I don't know.
Like, how come it doesn't make me feel buzzed?
I don't know.
It's
but
weird.
Supposedly it absorbs into your system faster, like being in an alcoholic. So
yeah.
I think there's a benefit to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm convinced that I've lived long enough that I feel like everything you try to do good for yourself probably has an equal and opposite bad reaction in some capacity.
So? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Especially if you're fucking around in the mushroom realm. We take mushrooms, we take shilajit, and we take vitamin D and vitamin B12. That's it. But it's a lot of mushrooms. It is a lot of mushrooms, and I kind of take them all day, especially that chaga.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's the one you'll see me hitting like mid-afternoon.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and then at night, reishi at night, because it helps promote good sleep.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe in the mushroom, and I believe we have a mushroom deficiency as a culture, and I know that.
When I say that, I'm talking about psychedelic mushrooms.
Well,
but it could be true to this other stuff too.
I definitely have a psychedelic mushroom deficiency, but I just know that it impacts me so strongly that I get a little nervous sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying?
The psychedelic mushroom?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get nervous about? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
You always seem like you're having the best time of your life.
I do have the best time, but sometimes it's like you got to make some changes, and sometimes I'm not always ready to make those changes or to face what the changes need to be, or you know what I mean? That's what I was saying.
Well, that's what a shaky trip is all about, I guess.
Yeah.
It's clinging. I guess we know that, but it's good to remind ourselves, I guess. It's like the bad trips and rough moments in sober life probably have a lot to do with clinging.
No, yeah, and I've been liking the way things have been going lately. So sometimes I get a little more nervous about going a little hard, you know.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having a great time with each other.
We've been having a great life. I feel like everything is going according to plan and according to prayer. like the things we pray for have been happening. But then, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Take a fistful of fucking psychedelic mushrooms to the dome piece.
You gotta rebuild some shit.
Yeah, and sometimes, not only sometimes, almost every time for me, I don't know what it is. Do you know what I mean by that?
Well, I trust the wisdom of the mushrooms, but sometimes I'm like, you are twisted jokers. You know what I mean?
I don't think I think while it's happening, it's barely worth trying to interpret.
Right.
It's kind of like, let it flow through you, because anything you try to hold on to now is only going to create for a stickier situation. Let it flow through you. Your body will remember the wisdom updates that it got. And
I think sometimes I try to like hold on too hard, like,
yes,
and decipher what's going on while it's happening.
Yeah.
And I need to be more zen.
I get it. I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate with that. Well, because it's the consumerist mind trap. Like, you want something tangible to leave this experience with. Mm-hmm. A little gift bag of wisdom.
Yeah.
And so you're like, you're trying to collect it along the way. And it's causing for a much rougher go than is necessary.
Like, I gotta do this, and I can't do it this second because I'm high.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And really, all you have to do is just like listen to your breath. It's just like,
yeah,
cool. Like, it's like a situation where it's like, okay, duly noted. I hear, yeah, okay, because it's just messages from your higher self or from the future you or something,
or some twisted machine elf.
Yeah, but that's us.
That is us.
That's us. You know, like when I say, like, I'm like, the aliens are us. Like, that's what we're becoming. They're us from the fucking ancient future. The same thing with the machine elves and all those twisted little interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
They're just us. It's all us.
Totally.
It's just different forms. It's just different flavors on different frequencies. Things that vibrate different that we can't see here. We can only see and feel things and interpret things that vibrate on a certain channel. That's all we can interpret, and the psychedelics help open up all these other channels. But sometimes when all the channels get unlocked at once, it can feel like cosmic chaos, right?
Totally.
So it's best that you just lock into something that you know will be there for you, which is your breath. And you will lose track of that, maybe even every breath. But just having a goal in mind puts some guardrails on the psychedelic experience. So that's what it is for me. When in doubt, lock into your breath. Just listen to it. Listen to it come in. Listen to it go out. You're breathing in good, beautiful things. You're breathing out all the bad. And just moving the energy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool to see, like, we had this party and just a bunch of people that didn't really even know each other taking mushrooms together and, like, kind of seeing what it does. And just seeing people that I'm like, oh, wow, I wouldn't have pictured you two talking or getting along, like, really going deep together. And I think what the mushroom and why it's illegal is because it inspires a focus on just the deeper things in life. I think it inspires a more zoomed out way of looking at things, mm-hmm. a less precious way of looking at things. It reveals to you the infinite possibilities that life presents, and I think it can knock a lot of people off of a capitalist tightrope they were walking. So this is why this drug has to be illegal. It's starting to poke its head out into the legal realms. But yeah, it's why it's so dangerous. It's why psychedelics are so dangerous. They give people ideas. People get bright ideas.
Well, yeah, I feel like we've never looked back. You know what I mean?
No. Nope. There was a way I saw the world and a way I was operating within that world, and then I took psychedelics and I said none of that's relevant anymore. I thank the motherfucker who went through that program, who did the thing, who got the degrees, who got the paychecks, who built the resume, who did the whole thing. But the way he was approaching life is no longer relevant because now I know more. or maybe I know less, whatever it is. Maybe I am more and I know less.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. It's that moment where the Koala Gold meets the grill. And now you're cooking.
I like
and
that.
we haven't looked back, and it's like, it's crazy because it's like, there was nothing too specific about like the messages we were getting when we first becoming psychedelic. There was nothing like, oh, here's how we need to change, or here's what, like besides like, hey, let's clean up our diet and let's try to get closer with our family.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've both been like really like, I don't know, following that trajectory ever since.
Yeah. No.
Really astutely.
No, I've been, I always get in this, maybe it's a trap or whatever, that I'm like, I need to be like, oh, the best thing you can do is maybe get land or take care of the land. And, I'm like looking up to buy land, and then I'm just like, wait, there's land in our family. It might be equivalent of like less than 2.5 acres total, but like,
it's a lot of land.
But that's a lot of land. And like bringing it back home, I just always try to bring it back home, and like we were like, oh, we're gonna go create a community, and I believe in that, but also realize, oh, the communities start with our parents too.
Mm-hmm.
Like bridge a better community within our immediate family,
mm-hmm.
and like kind of from the ground up, the roots out.
Mm.
The trees you're touching right now, that you're touching their roots, and then it just spreads out.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about like community building is like, when people like try to take it on, like, oh, I'm a community builder. We're building a community. It feels like this like active process that you're doing, and it's just like, it's actually a thing you're kind of just like tending to, but it's going to do its own thing if it was based on the right things to begin with. If it's based on a good vibe, like, it's going to kind of do its thing, and it's going to spread, and it's going to find the people that need to be found. You just need to, I think, to build community, you just need to think of yourself as an extension of it and live to that level of integrity. And I think then you magnetize, and the community naturally just builds, and it's a cool thing. And no one should be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a very important factor.
Well, it also, I just am not even interested in the kind of community where someone even needs to be in charge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's guardrails,
mm-hmm.
And ways of relating that are, mindful, kind, and respectful of each other. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, it's kind of just, I'm not interested in, when you get into physical space, then it starts to feel like there needs to be like an in charge,
Yeah. Yeah.
The politics of things.
I feel like the beautiful thing about the community we're trying to foster is it's like, it doesn't demand a physical space. It's in you. It's a church of chill.
Yeah.
It's a sacred chillness that we've fucking earned as people. We're survivors. We're ancestors of the survivors, of the people that had to adapt, of the people that had to figure out everything that we know.
Yeah.
And figure out fucking how to become apex predators, how to fend off all of the fucking scary, crazy things that are out to get us, and build shelters, and figure out agriculture. And like, we're the beneficiaries, we're the survivors, we've evolved from the best and brightest of all time. And it took so much hard work and suffering and turmoil and setbacks like you wouldn't believe, where our fucking population goddamn bottlenecked down to next to nothing.
Right.
And we fought our way back, and we figured things out, and we set up nation states, whatever you think about those things. And we just set up rules of law. Like, it just took so long and so much effort to get to this place. We need to chill. There needs to be a sacred in-breath. And I feel like discovering that within you and what that means to you is what the Church of Chill is. Who could be in charge of that? We're just reflections of it. So I don't know. To me, it's like when we have a party like that, like what we were doing, like I'm like, this isn't just a good time. It's important. It's important because we're showing people what joy feels like. We're showing people what connection feels like. Here's how to make new friends. Here's how to express yourself. Here's how to get loose with people. Here's how to trip with people. It's just like all those things that can encompass the Church of Chill, and we can decorate it in different ways. But it's an internal thing. It's an internal process. Because along with all that stuff of building up our society came a lot of inner turmoil for people and fixating on things. And a lot of it's dead programming now. It's like, we got there. We got there. We're safe type of, like, that's the way I'm thinking of it. It's like, we're safe. We did it.
There's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everybody.
We just need to kind of recalibrate this lack mindset.
Yes.
And, be mutually supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple. And you know what it feels like when you're around chill people. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Aren't our favorite people who don't take shit that seriously? Who want to laugh? Who, even if we're saying something pretty serious, still thinks this little play on words is funny to add to it? Or aren't those our favorite people?
Well, and it's like, it's something I like, there's a lot of me that's really chill, but it's also something that I like actively have to aspire to on the daily, because I can get like really caught up in like, okay, is everything perfect?
I know.
Or whatever
and blaming yourself for things and
just want, and like a tightness, and
yeah.
It's always nice to have a goal to like be more present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause when you're present, you can experience life, and you can stock those memories away in a chill way.
Yeah.
When you're present for it, everything just becomes much slower and more clear.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's become our goal with all of this stuff. Is like the Church of Chill mindset helps slow it down a little bit. Let's slow it down a little bit. It's like we were telling people the other day, we love acid because you can go to some dope place and be like, oh, we're only going to be here for fucking 2 days. Well, if we take acid, it'll feel like we're here for a month. That's slowing time down.
It's kind of sped it up for me the other day.
I know. But
maybe I didn't take enough.
but isn't that like the goal, is to like slow things down where we can extract all the joy, all the funny little things that can be said. Everything is chill. Nothing's feel like we're getting too ahead of ourselves.
Totally.
Because fuck, man. Life is short. We say life is long, but life is fucking short. And summers are very fleeting.
Yeah, totally.
And they might seem like long days, but soon the days will be getting much shorter.
They're already getting shorter.
Yeah.
Every day is already getting shorter.
Yeah.
So.
And if that doesn't light a fire under your ass to enjoy yourself, learn how to tap into that chill, what the fuck will?
We didn't go through this long, cold winter for nothing.
That's what I'm saying. All of our training was leading to this. That's a reminder I give myself all the time.
What's that?
Oh, just like everything was leading to this moment.
Yeah.
Type feeling. You literally could say that to yourself any minute of any day, and it'll make life a little bit funnier, but also like kind of more weighty and profound. Like, wow, my whole life was leading to this. It was all leading to this all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
But time's a circle, so.
Yeah.
Maybe it's leading backwards. We don't even know.
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
We're at a beautiful time.
Implanted memories.
we're at a beautiful time in our like way zoomed out evolutionary history.
Yeah.
Where we can enjoy all the hard work of the last 100,000 years or so that our species did to pull ourselves out of the dark ages.
Yeah, and the goal shouldn't be to put anyone back there. It should for us to all be in a peaceful existence. I really would love to demilitarize this country, and I think that's like the most important thing possible. So
yeah,
we gotta find that peace in our heart.
Decarceration.
Yeah.
Demilitarization. Yeah. The rest of the dominoes start to fall.
Yeah.
With that.
I think so.
Yeah, with demilitarization, there's just like a lot more to go around. And usually that would go towards education.
Yeah.
And food.
Yeah.
Good food and education would go a long way.
I hope we are the people that we need to vote for. Do you know what I mean? Like you always hope that there's like some guy who will come and save the day, but it's like, no, you are the person who needs to save the day.
No.
There's no one outside of yourself that.
Yeah.
You got to make the sandwiches. You can't just pay someone else to make the sandwiches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I doubt many people that listen to us are overly invested in like corporate media narratives and national politics, but if anything could get you to stop thinking about that stuff, it's exactly what you just said. You think some president's going to come save the day? Are you fucking kidding me? You think any president's coming to save the day? Do you think that they're representing you? That's hilarious. You think that the people that ended up on this fake ballot are representing you? Okay, cool. Represent yourself. Be your own hero. Be your own shaman.
It's like a lot more pressure, but it's like it's the truth.
Yeah, but is it? It's a lot more pressure. What do you mean? Oh, it's on me.
To create the world you want to live in.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's easier than you think.
Yeah.
It's way easier than you think. You just start acting in accordance with your highest values. And that takes a little bit of like reminding at first, but soon it just becomes muscle memory. Like, do we our diet isn't holier than thou, but it was a major change from the way we were eating. Do you ever think about it anymore?
Mm-mm.
We just made the switch. At first we thought about it. We thought about it a lot. Can we eat this? Are we not allowed to do that? Oh shit, what are we going to eat when we go here? They're not going to have anything. We better bring our...
Today I ate an apple, and I was like, the amount of apples I bought that I just let go bad. And I'm eating this apple, and I'm like, this is delicious, and it's satiating, and it's filling, and it's a whole food in one. And I probably need to peel it, but I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me.
What can you do?
Don't listen to me. But just,
what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I probably have a gut full of Koala Gold still, and I haven't had that stuff in 25 years.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, check us out on patreon.com/Church of Chill. It really means a lot.
And I know this is cutting it down to the wire, but I think there's probably still tickets available to Grateful Fest at Nelson Ledges in Ohio. We are hosting what we call our space camp, which is the Church of Chill community gathering meetup at that event. And because it's the chillest event at the most beautiful place we can think of. And it's a camp out, so we're going to camp out, and it's going to be a blast. So July 18th through the 21st. And excited for the people that we'll see there, and we're going to have
next
a great
week.
time.
It's next week.
Yeah, so start driving, as Sean says.
Yeah. Get in the car now. Start heading towards Ohio. We'll fill you in on the details on the way.
Yeah.
But start going towards Ohio, like northeast Ohio area. And
it's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be a blast. Yeah, Space Camp 2024. And if you can't make it to this one, we're gonna do other stuff. But reach out to us. Yeah, please. If you're one of these people that's been listening for a while, and wants to talk to us more personally or anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Right?
Of course not.
I get back to everyone that writes to me.
I hope I do.
I hope I do too. Sometimes I'll come across. I'll be like, "What is this unread message?" Oh shit, I didn't write back to that person 6 months ago. It would seem insulting if I did now, but they probably hate me for not writing back. Every now and then, you're like,
I know. No.
Well, I don't even want you to do that.
I'm sorry.
Can you wait a second when we say like the show's over, just so the last thing of the show isn't like. And like you ripping off like you need to, like, that's not chill.
That's not chill.
It's not very chill to be like, okay, yeah.
I will chill it out.
Just land back. It's all good. It's all good. Anytime we're trying to promote the one thing we ask anyone to do, it's like I'll put out thousands of fucking hours of free shit, and then like every now and then we're like, hey, go over to our Patreon. It's $2. There's tons of great stuff there. You're like anxious to get out of here.
I'm sorry. I'm not anxious.
Why don't you do the commercial for the fucking Patreon? It's your money too. The fuck?
Don't be mad.
Help me out.
I'm sorry.
Help a brother out.
I think we're getting close to 200 episodes of Church of Chill, which is a music show that you started in 2018, I think. Sean has listened to thousands upon thousands of hours of music to find the best stuff that goes together in the best ways, and every episode is like an hour and a half plus usually. It's a great place to tune into while you work, or get out your art supplies, put down your phone, just and then a curated space to chill in, which I love more than anything, and I'm very grateful, and they're always a great time. A great place to discover new music. We do pre-glows or afterglows of our episodes. And there's a Discord community where you can hang with like-minded heads, and
yes.
Whatever. We're just expanding our mycelial network always.
Yes, the party rages on.
The party rages on.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
All right, thanks, y'all. Peace, love, and magic.